Hello and welcome again. Today we are going to take you on another of our exciting traveling adventures. After our last visit in Athens in January last year, we decided to continue this tradition and go somewhere warm this winter. Our choice fell on Gran Canaria. As usual, we had a few doubts because Gran Canaria is quite touristic and commercial island. We usually look for more secluded places, but we decided to push our boundary and try our luck. As always, the question is it worth to visit Gran Canaria? Well, stay with us and we will try to answer these questions the best we can. Let's crack on then! After coming to Gran Canaria, we picked our car. It was a bit of a fuss to do it, however at the end we got better car than we thought. We highly recommend to take a slightly bigger car, not just the small compact one, because the roads in Gran Canaria, although good, they are quite steep. And you need to have something more powerful to be able to travel those roads. Let's start our exploration. Botanical Garden. Gran Canaria welcomed us with a beautiful sunny weather. Almost straight away we were mesmerized by the amazing views. As always, we wanted to share our experience with you and hopefully inspire you to visit all those amazing places. Stay with us during our journey across Gran Canaria. We had a few hours to spare before check into our accommodation, as we landed about 12 p.m, therefore we decided to start our adventure right away. We then went to the Botanical Garden near Las Palmas. The Botanical Garden was relatively small with a few viewing terraces. The first thing that caught our attention were the massive cacti. They occupied a large part of the park. We were very happy that we escaped sad, grey and depressing British weather, at least for a little while. The garden was relatively simple, with concrete paths and stairs leading to different viewpoints. It was a bit challenging to get to those terraces, but at the end we were rewarded with amazing views. We are in famous Botanical Garden in Gran Canaria. We're going towards the viewpoint. We didn't do the research, so we're hoping that it's good. As from beginning we could admire volcanic landscape of the island, we were slowly started falling in love in this place. Definitely a place worth visiting. After that we headed towards our accommodation, located southwest, more or less in the center of the island. As usual, finding our Airbnb accommodation was a bit challenging, but we got it at the end. The old Spanish house was cozy and had everything we needed. The view from the terrace was incredible. We also started to feel a bit hungry. After offloading our stuff, we went to a local bar near Vega de San Mateo, which fortunately for us was still open. We were a bit concerned as this bar seemed to host mostly local customers. However, our fears were quickly dispelled. The service was very friendly and the food was excellent. We were glad we didn't order a starter because the main dish was enormous.
We are in local Spanish bar, restaurant, it's hard to tell what it is. It's full of local people speaking Spanish, which obviously we don't understand. However, that doesn't matter because the food is amazing. We ordered some kind of grilled stuff for two, and it's more like for four, so we'll try to fight with it. We'll see if we manage.
The next morning we saw a beautiful view from the balcony covered with warm rays of sunlight. We quickly packed our equipment and set off to look around the area. After the first few miles, we were amazed by the landscape surrounding us. Despite of the research we did, we were not aware of the natural beauty of this place. The first point on our agenda was the viewpoint located near our accommodation. The view was indeed breathtaking. 5th of February 2024, and we're in Gran Canaria. When we booked these holidays, I wasn't sure. However, look behind me. The Gran Canaria is obviously much more than you think. The additional attraction was a small path leading from the balcony towards the forest. Everywhere we looked, we saw new, even more impressive landscape. It was nice, warm and quiet. The landscape showing here does not require any comment. The only one I can make here is that the video footage does not show properly how astonished this view was. After all, there is no better equipment than the human eye, so to be able to fully appreciate the beauty of this region, you need to come here and see it for yourself. In Gran Canaria in February, and the weather is awesome, certainly very different from England. We're not disappointed. I think we may need to do this kind of trips as an annual event, put it in our diary every January, February, because really it gives you a positive vibe that takes you away from the January depression. So happy days. On the way back to the car, we met a large group of the local soldiers having some sort of training. We had no plans that day. We decided to slowly drive forward and see what the road would bring us. We didn't have to wait too long. After a few miles, we stopped to admire another spectacular viewpoint, Mirador de la Cactualdea, in the town of Artenara. The significant things worth visiting here were the sculptures made by a local artist, Maxime Moriol, in February 2007, dedicated to the local environmental protection workers. The vertical sculptures symbolize a tree trunk, and the horizontal ones symbolize the coastline in Artenara. Gran Canaria, a very cool place. Definitely we can recommend to everybody who likes traveling, likes spectacular views, and don't be put off by the fact that lots of people come here just for their parties to Las Palmas. There's so much more to it than Las Palmas. While admiring the unforgettable view from the terrace, we noticed a large statue of Jesus in the distance, similar to the one from Rio de Janeiro. We decided to take a closer look at it. Once again, we saw the fantastic landscape that seems to be protected by a massive sculpture of the Messiah of the Nazareth. Another random point on our list of destinations, which is sculpture of Jesus, like the one from the Rio de Janeiro, although much smaller one, but still impressive, still worth to see it. Everywhere we stop, there is something new to see. We are traveling through the really high mountain areas. We stop for a moment to see a small building, a tower surrounded by mountains. this amazing viewpoint, and to be honest, the best thing is that there's nobody, absolutely nobody there. It's nice and warm. There's no wind. It's very pleasant, and I still can't get my head around that this is February. It's supposed to be cold and windy, so brilliant. I love it here. Although the place was nice, quiet and secluded, and the views were out of this world, it was also a bit smelly. We have figured out that perhaps some tourists taking opportunity of this remote mountain location. The little tower was not very impressive, to be honest. It was empty inside with a very small window on the top. The view, however, as always, did not disappoint. Below we could see a man-made water reservoir with a large dam. After taking a few photos, we are moving on to the next tourist attraction of the area, the Cactus Garden. After arriving at it, we immediately felt the positive vibe of the place. We are greeted by a dogs, local residents of the park. Right, so we came to apparently the biggest cacti place in the world. It's some sort of the Cactus Garden, so either way, is it the best, the biggest or not, doesn't matter. We're going to have a look. For some strange reason, we are fans of the cacti, so we could not wait to see them. We were fascinated by the sizes and the diversity of those amazing plants. There is a pleasant, quiet atmosphere in the garden. There's also a local bar where the visitors can eat something and try various colorful drinks, including cactus juice. The park covers a large area. It took us about 2 hours to visit the entire park, including a meal at the bar. We are in the biggest cactus garden place in the world. Apparently, we're not sure about it. Very impressive, and the location of the place is very picturesque. We recommend to come over here. Plus, well, we don't know if food is good yet. We're still waiting, but the drinks are. You can have a juice from a cactus, papaya smoothie, this kind of stuff. So far so good. And most importantly, you can get the beer. During the stay in the garden, you could see all kinds of creatures. The ducks, lizards, peacocks, cats and even old friendly donkey. So yeah, we are in Cactus World or Cactus Garden, and what we can say is a very cool place. Definitely worth visiting, regardless if you like cacti or not. But still, very cool plants.
Cool cactuses.
Cool cactuses and the view, incredible view, so what not to like.
The colorful peacocks are also permanent residents of the park, and they add additional splendor to this place. Whenever we looked, you saw different kind of cacti, but that's the whole point of the Cactus Garden after all. It's a very nice place, quiet, especially outside of the touristic season. Again, the place worth visiting for all travelers.
As a final reward, we were able to experience incredible Spanish sunset, which totally sold us Gran Canaria. Another cool day could not come fast enough. Okay guys, that's all for today. That's summarizing 2 full days of our stay in Gran Canaria. In the next part, we are going to show you more attractions we came across in this Spanish island, including more amazing views, cool places to eat, and so much more. So join us in the next part of our traveling adventure.